We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And a Happy
So on that lovely note, we are kicking off this interview with a very special choir from Shillong. Of course, they are the Shillong Chamber Choir, and I have personally known them for the last 10 years. Guys, how are you guys doing? And that was a lovely start to the interview. How are you guys doing? How cold is it back home in Shillong?
Yeah, it's colder than it's been during this time of year. I think it's been really cold.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
how did the pandemic and the lockdown treat you? Has the choir come out much stronger? You guys made new music in the pandemic. How was it? How did you guys handle the whole situation?
It's been so many months since the pandemic kicked in, and that put a stop to our traveling completely. And it still has actually put a stop to our traveling completely. But we found ways to serve our fellow man during this point of time, and of course, taken a sense of revival because we're actually now able to work on our music more than before. To the
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the traveling, you tend to
Yeah.
not have that moment of rest that's required for
Yeah.
so
A lot of people are saying that 2020 has been a tough year, but 2020 is also the year when you guys completed 10 years since the time you broke onto the mainstream scene with India's Got Talent. So, Neil, I want to ask you, how special and how important was India's Got Talent for Shillong Chamber Choir?
Well, it was a very surreal experience, after winning it. For example, when we came back and we saw like 400 cars waiting for us at the airport and 50 bikes or 30 bikes, and like the place was full of drummers and dancers from various tribes, and it was like and a journey from Guwahati to Shillong, which normally takes 3 hours or more, took us almost 11 hours because there were people all the way through from Khanapara. But the thing is, what is special about this tenure is, again, we're doing something which I feel is also another mark in our history, our in our journey.
We will talk about this in just a moment, but first, I would like to request you to sing that one song from India's Got Talent that you think really connected with the audience who are watching it across television screens in India. So, guys, it's a request. Can you please sing a song from India's Got Talent?
ये दोस्ती हम नहीं तोड़ेंगे, तोड़ेंगे दम मगर तेरा साथ ना छोड़ेंगे। ये दोस्ती हम नहीं तोड़ेंगे, तोड़ेंगे दम मगर तेरा साथ ना छोड़ेंगे। ये
We are talking to Shillong Chamber Choir because they are out with their brand new album. In fact, it's going to be out pretty soon. So, William and Neil first, can you tell us why is this album so special and why it took you 10 years to come out with an album? Your last album released, I think, right after India's Got Talent.
I want to make it short. First and foremost, we our USP, which has been great for concerts, which is this huge fusion that we do all the time between, especially popular film music, Hindi film music, and even Western and just Western pop songs. They've been a great USP for the choir, but also it has hindered us in a way that uh, it was difficult to create an album because the rights from this we had to Like I would have had one song with different labels in it.
Well, it has a lot of the choir involved in it, but I think the approach to the album is, I would use the word unconventional, because we're so used to what Christmas is about, the conventional image of the West, of the what the West has portrayed, with the Christmas tree and all the lovely songs and the snow. But let's take a step back and think that Christmas, the true story of Christmas, is actually a Middle Eastern story. And that is what Uncle Neil, through a revelation, and each one of us has wanted to portray, that let's celebrate Christmas as we normally do, that's fine. But through this album, let's also think where it actually has come from. Tridip. So in it, we have involved many Middle Eastern languages like ancient Aramaic, which is a dead language. We managed to get one of the few people who speak the language. He's from Switzerland, and two songs are being sung in ancient Aramaic, contemporary Aramaic, Hebrew, Farsi, which we believe is the language of the wise men who came to visit Jesus at his birth, and a lot of
Which are now what we call the Parsis
yeah.
who live in Bombay.
Can you guys sing a song? Sing something from the new album. Maybe you will have to again walk off to the piano and maybe start playing. Neil.
Uh, Actually, I will walk off and play, but this will not be in the album
Okay.
because I want people to actually buy the album because I have invested a lot in the album.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin Mother and Child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleeping heavenly.
To all the viewers of Quint, here's the Shillong Chamber Choir wishing you
A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.